This, the nicest. I thought that was the instrumental. You know, I was finna come in. I was finna come down, come through.
I felt it.
Come up.
It was there in the air. I had to hurry up and hope that the hook drop before you get out of control.
I'm selling that gas around town. It's not like surround sound. Tell the plug I need a pound. Different flavors. OG.
Did you move the signing to a different date yet?
Just haven't picked the date.
Oh, all right, cool.
You know you would know.
www. Love the number 2. JamRadio.com is going down this Friday, and on Fridays we keep it real, Rillos. Got Miss Lovey on the 1s and 2s.
Ain't she?
She has been touched by Tay, so she's touching all the buttons today.
You already see it.
Apparently. Shout out to the Beauty Trap doing their thing. I'm comedian Rillos. I'll be the host for the night. Tonight we got a special guest who's already here. We got a couple other people who's gonna slide through just to speak a little thing. We got Queen Tomorrow coming through a little bit later on. We got Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
Behold the Goddess on Instagram.
Behold the Goddess.
And we got our special guest right here, Miss Nana from the SUC. Yes. It's Nana, right?
It's Nene. It's Nana.
Nana.
Nana. We both fucking up.
Yeah, we fucking up. And she just said it. That's what's so bad about it.
I wrote it down in
Hey, how you doing, ma'am? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Blessed. Let me give a little background on why we're here today. I'm actually hosting an event on September the 18th with Post Magazine. It's the 4th year anniversary party. I met Mr. Khalid Rashid back in San Antonio about 3 or 4 years ago. I believe he was first kicking off the magazine. He had like 4 or 5 different magazines he was dropping all at once. Wow. And me and him been doing shows and doing different events ever since then. So this event coming up on the 18th, he was like, hey, man, I got a couple artists, you know, they doing their thing here in the city. And I'm like, well, I don't know them. You know, how can we link up with the artists prior to the show? Because a lot of time I meet artists there, but it's good to hear their story prior to the actual event, you know, so we can make it work once we get there. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
I'm assuming you came from the south side.
Actually, I am from the north side.
Okay.
Northeast, yeah.
Okay, so you drove from the north side just now? So
yeah.
Oh, all right, cool. You didn't have to come too far. Because we got the other person on the way is coming from the south side. They just text me. Okay. I know you got the new song. Before we talk about that song, let's just learn a little bit about you. Who are you? Where have you been? What school you go to? All that great stuff, and then also introduce the person sitting next to you.
All right. What's up, H-Town? My name is Nana. You can find me on Instagram at Nana Cream Team. I've been doing music for a minute. You know, it's SUC right now. It's SUC for life, in case you're wondering. And yeah, I got my people with me, DJ Gold. He produced the last record and really the last 4 records that we've done together. He done the production on. So, and he's also with Soldiers United for the Cash. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yeah, what's happening in the world? You know, DJ Gold, Screwed Up Click, Original. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just representing my sis. We out here, you know, just trying to drop some good product, keep it moving for the culture, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So you did mention that he produced the song that we're going to listen to today.
Yes.
As far as the other tracks that he's been producing, are you working on an album right now, or y'all just got a couple different singles out there and y'all testing the water? What's going on with that?
So yeah, I've been dropping them since April. Mm-hmm. I've been dropping, you know, a song every month. So yeah. So yeah, we gonna be dropping stuff every month. So yeah, just be looking. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's at Nana Cream Team for all the latest and, you know, hottest underground content in the city right now.
So are all those tracks gonna make it to to the same album, or how we doing that? We just
yeah. I'm gonna you know, repackage them and get a 2 for, you know, put it on a deluxe edition so you can get a collection.
Okay,
you know, for the $9.99. But right now you can download every single. They're available on all digital streaming platforms.
All right. Well, yeah. I got a chance to visit your your YouTube channel, and I see you dropping videos here. You dropping it. I'm like, man, she's in the city, and I didn't even and you busy too. Like, it's a lot of people just in the city doing their thing. So when I go click on stuff, it really ain't nothing there. But when I got to yours, I'm like, all right, she got this video. She done did this. She done did that. So I appreciate you as an artist just for staying busy and not relaxing.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah. I had to put
so
foot on gas.
being from the north side, did you go to school on the north side?
I did. Wheatley High in
Oh,
Fifth Ward.
you
That's
know
where I
why
was born.
you know
Fifth
why I'm
Ward.
on, you know why I'm
Them
on.
niggas,
He
baby.
said
Fifth
that like
Ward.
bless your
Wheatley
heart.
High.
You know why I'm on? Because I went to Cashmere.
All right.
Yeah, I
That's
went to
what's
Cashmere.
up.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's up.
it's really
Aw.
whole little Cashmere. Y'all done got a whole new school and everything.
Yeah,
We still
we
just
gotta upgrade.
we holding on. They tried to shut us down about 30 times. I think every year they try to shut Cashmere down, but
I think they should not shut down historic schools
yeah, you
like
gotta,
Cashmere
thank you.
and Forest Brook and all those. You know, when they did that, I forgot, they kind of like combined two schools.
Yeah,
But they didn't want to take away the name Forest Brook.
They out of line for what they did to Forest Brook.
Yeah.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was that administration fault. Remember, like a couple years before they did all that, they was stealing all that money, and all the people got in trouble for that.
Yeah, it was a lot of people stealing money.
Yeah, I was getting that money, but ultimately it cost them a whole school. Yeah. It cost them like two schools because Forest Brook turned into a middle school.
Yeah,
and then Smiley ended up. I guess they moved across the street and combined Forest Brook High School, and it's like Northside High or something like that. And they out of line for that. Before I went to Cashmere, I actually almost ended up at Smiley because it was a coach named Coach Norman, and he wanted me to come play basketball with him and his son over there. But I ended up going to Cashmere because my parents went there, and I wanted to keep that stream going.
Yeah.
So stop stealing from these schools, y'all.
Please.
Because it really don't hurt nobody but the kids ultimately.
Right.
And then it really hurt the legacy of the school because later on you talking to somebody, what high school you went to? Oh, I went to the Brook. The Brook is off the hook. Where's it? Oh, they had to shut it down because they were stealing money, you know? So it just don't look good, you know?
Yeah.
But then you look at Wheatley, and regardless of what people say about the ward, Fifth Ward, like it's still holding on. The alumni still tapping in. They still, like, no matter what, like, you can go to a football game. You might go to a normal Wheatley game. You might go to a Cashmere game. It really ain't going to be nobody there. But when it come time for that homecoming, everybody pulling up. They gonna make sure Wheatley and Cashmere play.
Football squad when I was there. So
the teams be having nice players though. We still have them all stars that come through every single year. It's just a matter of getting the right coach and getting the right system and getting all the people to buy in. Because a lot of schools like Wheatley, we used to always meet Wheatley players over at J. Prince Gym.
Yeah.
Off Jensen.
Yeah.
Right.
And you see, and we get to talking to each other. It ain't no beef. It's like, what school you go to? Cashmere. I go to Wheatley, and we all playing pickup games, and everybody can hoop. It's like, well, why you don't play on the team? Well, the coach this, my grades this, and it's like we got all the best players. Like we can literally run basketball in the city, but it's only Yates and the white schools because they figured out how to pass all the students and get everybody on the floor. So that's what I think we need to focus on is all us former athletes need to get back to the schools and pouring into some of these athletes so we can get some more of these superstar
That's
athletes
where it
back out there.
starts, though. You know, us taking the initiative to make the moves
put together
like
things
that.
For that.
You know, we could talk about it all day.
Yep.
Do we actually make the move?
And I ain't been back to the school since I graduated. I go to the homecoming game, but that's about it because my parents are still active with Cashmere, so they still doing their thing. But it's coming up to that time where it's time for them to pass that torch too. Yeah. And I'm sure it's the same thing over at Wheatley because they still got friends and homegirls that kids go to Wheatley now these days. So we just got to get back in these schools and pour back into it.
Right.
But let's get back to the music. I want to talk about the single that you got. You want to drop the name and tell us a little bit, what went into the single?
A lot went into it. Blood, sweat, and tears, baby. Straight up. No, actually, we were just, sitting around at the house, where my studio's at and just vibing and stuff. That's how we do. Mm-hmm. And I actually had Gold with me. I had Al D with me from the Screwed Up Clique. Mm-hmm. And we were just all vibing. We like family and stuff. So, yeah. And we was just like, he put the record on. And we met in the hallway. I was like, because we was thinking about a record to work on. And he started working on the record. And we met in the hallway and was like, yeah, we finna do this record right here. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I just got down on the mic. And
so he already had the music ready?
He makes the beats as we go. So I start writing as he makes the beats.
All right. So so that's a real song right there.
No,
when you actually putting it together.
Yeah, I actually put it together.
All right,
from
cool.
Scratch,
That's dope.
So all of our records are like that. So
Do he ever critique you like as you going? Do he be like, nah, that ain't gonna work right
Yeah,
there?
and he's a good coach.
Uh-huh.
Help me with the harmonies and stuff.
He looking like, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, hustle and flow before the go. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we it's just natural, man. We vets at it, and we just try to keep the sound like, just H time what it is. A lot of people, um, they come and enter the city, and then they snatch of the
Mhm.
city and take it elsewhere and put that in their game, and
Mhm.
then it's like, wow, like that, and it's like they the sound, but
Mhm.
we know where it came from,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But I mean, a lot of people know it now, so it's a respect thing, they give it up because they
Mhm.
didn't. You know what I'm saying? At first, they wasn't. They was just snatching sound and
Yeah.
and, and not paying homage. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
And
it is
ideas.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like the New York, California, Atlanta, a lot of the stuff they do these days is influenced by Houston. Like it,
Oh
and
yeah, man.
and even like maybe I would say maybe 5 to 7 years ago, they was on Houston real tough. Like I'm talking about putting the screw in their music and everything, slowing it
No, I
down,
mean,
doing
man,
this.
when it got to, it's big when Justin Bieber and what's the other little cat that was in the super group, but he went on his own. Timberlake.
Justin
Yeah,
Timberlake.
yeah, yeah. That's his routine. Cause we worked the rodeo every year, and
Hmm.
we was looking at this one part where he would, he get on the MPC and be doing, he be doing all of that, man.
Yeah.
So I mean,
And everybody be
it's
looking like,
harmony.
"What's that?" And he be like, "Oh yeah, this is what I'm doing." It's like,
Yeah,
"No,
right.
man, I got." You need to say, "Hey, I got this." Is what
Yeah,
they was doing in Houston, like
yeah,
this
yeah,
is the wave right here.
yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of just not saying nothing at all, you
Right.
you should at
I
least
dig
shout
that.
out the.
Yeah.
You got
Shout out the
give people
city.
their credit,
Yeah, yeah,
if you,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
if you having success off of it. I can see if y'all was just biting and it wasn't working for y'all, but
Right.
y'all actually having success with it, and everybody here
Mhm.
recognize it as soon as we hear it. It ain't like nothing new to us. We ain't like, "What's that?" We like, man, we been doing that.
Yeah. Just
All
just like Jermaine Dupri, man. Shout out to Jermaine, man, because he always give props. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And he, that's one of his biggest records off the June 27th, off the
Mhm.
Crisscross. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people didn't know that either.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So he always give props, like Screw made this one of my biggest records. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of the word too. Like if you look at years ago, like before the internet really just took off, it was hard. Like people can come take something and run away with it
Right.
and be doing it over there before we even realize they doing. They be like, "Oh, we've been doing this for 5 years,
Yeah.
and y'all
Yeah.
stole it 5 years ago." So,
You
but
did.
the internet has opened up to where if you do it the right way, you can make your money off of
Right.
it. If you do it the right way, and you did it first, it's timestamp. That's very important because you can
Mhm.
do it on June 27th, and somebody else can do it on July 1st, and then you go back and look at it. Like, well, they was doing it on June 27th, so that
Mhm.
timestamp is so important with the
Right.
internet too.
Right.
But
Right.
before everybody was getting on the internet like that, it really wasn't no way. You just arguing over who did it first.
Yeah, you really was.
So it's important. Like with me, I'm a stand up comedian, and I can say a joke, and anybody can go take the same joke and run with it. So
Mm.
our rule is whoever make it to TV first. So
Right.
so my avenue is if I got a joke that's gonna be a hitter, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna say it on the mic because we on TV here. So I'm
Right.
gonna make sure my content is out there for the world prior to anybody else getting it.
Can I ask you this, man? You ever got beat for a couple of your jokes? You know what I'm saying? Where you go and you heard like or somebody come back and
Man, I got multiple stories where that has happened. I posted a joke on Facebook,
tell.
and somebody from California hit me up, was like, "Hey man, such and such said you said this," and I'm like, "Yeah, I did say that." Then a year, maybe about 2 years later, they was in Houston at this spot. I ain't gonna say the name of the spot, but they was at
Right.
the
Right.
spot, and they didn't know I was gonna be there, and they got on stage and said the joke. And then somebody else who I was there, and then the other person was there, and they said, "Hey, you know, this person just said your joke, because I was outside. I didn't hear him actually say it on stage.
Right.
But I approached him after the show, was like, hey, bro, you said, oh man, I didn't know you was gonna be here. What?
That was his reaction?
Yeah, that was it.
You know what I'm saying?
But my cousin own the club, so it's hard to just slide somebody in the club when your cousin on it.
Sometimes you got to be political.
I had a guy steal a joke the same day. Got on stage and said the exact same joke. I got a joke about KFC Taco Bell. He said the same joke, except for he said KFC and Long John Silver's. And when he said it on stage, I was over there by the door, but when I heard him say the joke, I walked up and I just stood there.
Yeah, like
he came right off stage, man. I apologize, man. I was running out of material. I saw it on Facebook early, and I just thought I'd mix it in. I'm like, he was like, all right, I want you. You didn't remix it though. You just took one word and you just took one name and changed it. But I mean, at that point, I could have been highly upset. Mm-hmm. But I respected him as a man because he came directly to me and apologized. So anything that happened, you know, that was wrong. But I'm respecting the way that you approached me afterwards, because you could have just been like, man, whatever, you know, and then it could have been whatever.
Right.
But you know, by you doing the right, like, exactly.
At the same time, like, man, these niggas is jacking my jokes though.
So at that point, I stopped putting stuff on Facebook like that, but when I look at it, that's how I got into comedy, because I was just putting stuff on Facebook and somebody hit me just out the blue. So really, if I wasn't doing that in the beginning, and they wouldn't have never stole a joke, but even on top of that, I probably wouldn't even be doing comedy, because I wasn't like just trying to get out here. Somebody just hit me out the blue and was like, hey, you want to come do a show for me? And I said, I ain't no comedian. They was like, well, I think you funny. Just sell these 5 tickets and I'll put you on. And I ended up selling like 120 tickets. So I made mad bread that night just doing that. But in the end, you see how it can come back to bite you. So it's like, all right, well, I know I'm going to record my sets, make sure I put them on whatever streams I can, make sure I get it out there first, and say it as many times as possible. So if I see different people in different places, they know, like, all right, that's his joke. That's his joke. But niggas is out here stealing. Like, it ain't just the rims.
What Martin Lawrence said on House Party, cover your labels so niggas don't bite your shit.
Hey. And with so much access these days, it's really not much you can do about it. If somebody gonna take your stuff, they gonna take your stuff. You just gotta make sure you live in your stuff, because ain't nobody living your life.
Right.
Like if she drop a record and it's about her, they can come drop the same record, but it ain't about them, so it ain't gonna even hit the same. They can act it out. But these days, you got actors pretending to be rappers and rappers pretending to be actors.
Right.
You got rappers in all the movies now. Are y'all actors or y'all rappers? So
maybe they both.
Yeah. It might be.
I mean, you can. I mean, I don't really personally feel there's anything wrong with if you want to go into acting if you're a rapper, personally, because I went to film school, so yeah, I'm into filming things. But at the same time, I practice what I preach, so it ain't no fairy tales. So.
But I don't think a rapper, like if you're gonna be a rapper that decides to act, I feel like whatever role you take on should line up with your lifestyle.
It should line up with your life, well, your personality at least.
You
can't take disrespectful roles. Demeaning to who you are. I would say.
But people will take that. Like you.
Well, I mean, it depends. You know, they say everybody got a price. You know, but you know, some people's is high, some people's is low.
Okay, speaking of price, how do you feel about the Lil Nas X photo shoot?
Oh yeah, I was kind of like, I didn't really stop too long on it, but I seen it. You know, I think it's a publicity stunt. You know,
you don't think he really trying to push it out there for the youth and everybody to be like, I do think he wants to be like, hey, accept me as I am. That's what he's saying most of the time. Like, y'all might not like what I'm doing, but accept me. I understand that. We accept you.
Are you talking about the pregnant photo shoot?
Yeah, I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him as a whole.
Oh, like okay. Okay.
But the pregnancy, that just came out, I think, yesterday.
That's the one I was
a couple
talking
days
about.
ago.
I mean, is that the one you asked?
Yeah. That's what I was asking you about.
I think that's a publicity stunt because everybody knows that men can't get pregnant.
Everybody knows that. Like, yeah, all us grown people know that, but I feel like you should also be aware of what you're putting out there because children are watching too.
Yeah, you should be aware, but I mean, there's just how they rate the films. Certain things are rated, like rated PG-13, rated R, rated X. You know,
Yeah, but that shit
he,
pops up on like TikTok and
Yeah,
shit like that. So
you can't
my
miss it.
son is 8.
Mhm.
yeah, but yours,
You feel
but
what I'm
I mean,
saying? And they that shit scrolls across there.
But
his
but that's
his
more about
limit.
the algorithms too, because they try to line you up with what you already tapping into. Kind of, you might not be tapping into exactly that. Like a kid might not be even looking for that. But if you've heard a song that's being featured in the video, eventually they're gonna try to line the thing up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but if you go from old country road to the shit that's going on now, that's a like a big ass shift though, don't you think? Like
But the
to I'm coming out and accept me like I am, but shit, this last year you was on whole country road, you had every all
yeah, the kid you had
kids,
already grabbed
old
all the
folks,
kids.
white, black,
Rodeo,
whatever. I
everybody.
mean, and now you just change the whole shit up. You coming out, that's you. That's your business, but you still have this fan base though.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So they're still looking at what you're doing.
Mhm.
You dig what I'm saying?
But he's
Yeah.
aware of that. And that's
Yeah.
why I said it's a publicity stunt. He was aware of that when he came out with that first song, that it was going to cross genres.
The Old Town Road.
The whole,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And he was aware that it wouldn't be the right timing for him to
Be
really
himself.
be himself as he probably wanted to.
Mhm.
And so he had to go through the different levels of coming out. Like an onion, you peel off different levels. And he also knew that people weren't probably going to accept him for who he was if that would have been one of his first singles. So he had to come out like that. I'm pretty sure he was advised to by his label, and he went with it. And then once people accepted him, then you seen more of him being himself little by little, until now he's all he wants you to believe that he actually can have a baby. But I mean, that's just a picture. When a child asks you, well, what is that? It's up to you to explain to that child, well, that's
I'm going to
just
explain.
a picture, because men can't have children.
Mhm.
That's it.
I mean,
If that's what you want to tell your child. If you want to tell them something else, hey, that's on you, because everybody has the right to be and to say what they want.
well, I'm gonna use
And
my
that's
right
just
to.
it.
I'm gonna
You
use.
have to
I'm gonna use my
exercise your
right.
right to live
I'm gonna
in
use
your
my right to
truth.
tell the truth and tell my kid like, hey, this guy's doing it for. He's doing it for
Publicity.
attention. This
Yeah.
is eventually going to bring him more money in the end because somebody's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's people already paying for it.
Right.
So I understand that lane, but when you also gotta see like, hey, if you're doing Old Town Road, the song jam. Like
Yeah, I like the song.
the kid is catchy. It wasn't long. Like it was the perfect song for the timing because everybody got a short attention span from older people to kids. So that there was a perfect song for the timing. The thing is, you've gained fans at that point, and you've gained youthful followers. So you become a teacher at this point. So what do you decide to teach at this point?
Well, everybody teaches differently. Number one, when we went to school, all your teachers were different.
That's fine.
And some of them were your favorite teachers, and some of them you couldn't stand. Tell the truth.
But you didn't go in you didn't go in the English class to learn English, and then the next year your English teacher was teaching math.
Well, some things were allowed. Some things were allowed and appropriate at the time. And now it's not. Like back then, they thought rock and roll was absurd.
Yeah.
Back in the 50s, rock and roll was absurd. And some people can't stand rap music. They're like, oh, it's the reason why we got so much death and drugs. And in reality, it's none of that.
That has nothing to do with it.
Right. That's just kind of like kicking the blame can down the road. You know what I mean? It's just like, you have to look at the root of the problem and not the cause of it. I mean, these are just vehicles. And him expressing himself in that way is a vehicle for him to express how he feels. That doesn't mean it's the truth.
But it is planting seeds.
Everything is planting seeds.
Yes.
But I mean, there's some that you choose to water and some that you don't allow to grow. You just, take them out the soil. That's not even a seed for me, because it don't bother me, because for me, that's not my truth. That's his truth. So I teach. Right. I live by my truth. You know what I'm saying? And I teach my truth, the truth. to me. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know how people be
Well,
saying living your truth.
if
Well, hey, depending on who
well,
you're
eventually
asking.
we all gonna know what the truth is. It ain't gonna be my truth. It ain't gonna be your truth. We all gonna eventually run into one truth.
I know what the truth is, the way and the light. Okay, but
at
I
the
mean,
end, we all gonna run into the same truth. So it's like, regardless of what I think the truth is, or what you think the truth, or what he may think the truth is, we all gonna come to that same truth at the
Right.
end.
right,
Like and it just is what it is.
right.
All right, but we got to get back to your music. So the song you have right now is called
Let's go get it.
"Let's Go Get It." That song was, you said he basically played the beat and you brought the song. What about the beat made you say "Let's go get it"? Or did which one of y'all came up with the name? Or
I
how did
came
that
up
come
with the
about?
hook. I came up with the hook because I sing and I rap. So,
Hmm.
so as soon as he started working on the beat, you know, the words just come to me.
How
So
long have you been singing and rapping?
since I was about 12,
So what's that? Almost 20 years, maybe.
I've been in the game.
At least 20
Let's
years.
just say a hot minute.
All right. I asked that question because singing and rapping is pretty popular these days. I would say, like, it's a lot of people doing it, but it's a lot of people who've been doing it, and
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of people are missing out on, because you got people like Zero who've been singing and doing what Drake is doing now for years, right? I mean, they don't sound they have two different voices,
Yeah.
but Zero was doing that. You got the Chameleon there who was doing his hooks and all that stuff too, and then we have artists like you who've been doing it. Like, so, but it's like everybody sees the Drake doing it, and it feels new, it looks new, and it's like, nah, we got these people who hit us who've been doing this for years. And I enjoy the singing and rapping. Like, if I'm gonna hear an artist, I prefer to hear that artist. Like, I don't like to listen to a lot of CDs that have a whole bunch of features on it,
Yeah.
because when I listen to music, I want the artist to be telling their story. Tell me about this, tell me about that. You can have a feature here and there that complement that, but I
Right.
want to hear you doing your artist thing. If
Yeah.
you can sing and you can rap, but you just rapping on the album, it's like, come on, you only giving me part of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer to do more?
I love them both the same. Yeah.
Equally?
Equally.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are they? I know you said you got about four tracks that you dropped since
This
April.
since this year, I've been dropping stuff since April this year. So every month I'm dropping something.
Do you have anybody that you would like to work with here in the future, or somebody you expect to be that's coming on the album that you ain't told anybody about?
No, I'm not. I'm just dropping. I'm just dropping hot shit for the city right now. If
Mhm.
anybody want to work with me, they can get at me at creamteamentertainment@gmail.com
Oh,
or hit
cool.
me up on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm available. We working.
All right, cool. So she just gave you the email right there, so it ain't no excuse not to hit her up and to work on the track. Lovey, do you have her track ready? So we can go and listen to it. Just to give you a little background, on Thursdays we do a show called Jam and the Crab. We basically allow artists to come in and they submit their music, and the room basically votes on if we're gonna jam in the crab. And if it gets jammed, it goes into the rotation heavily for 30 days. This is just a real show, so we just gonna play the track. But
Okay.
if you have another track that you'd like to bring back on a Thursday,
Yeah,
then
I had emailed Miss Lovey the singles that I've dropped this year. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you as well, Rillos, for having us. And we love to jam radio, represent for the city already.
all right. So we're gonna get into the song real quick.
I have three. So I don't know which
The last song, my latest single is called "Let's Go Get It," and you can.
I have Snackmaster, Outlandish, and Revocation.
Oh, okay. You don't have "Let's Go Get It."
I-
Okay.
Let me double check. Let me triple check.
All right. Well, I love you checking. We're gonna take a quick break real quick, and when we come back, we're gonna drop that track. www. Love the number. jamradio.com. We'll be back.
Ice in the back of my ring, and I went in trying it. I told her she gotta run to the team before she can talk to the lid. Before she can talk to the lamb chop. I just pulled up with some food. I told her mama tie all my shoes. Showed her 2 million cash, now she woozing. 20 watches and I'm still snoozing. I had came up out the trenches, then I had beat a few bodies like Boosie. She said you murk on my show, you my coochie. I had to sing to this bitch like Lil Juicy. Yeah, woo, yeah, let's go. Bitch got a backwood on her nightstand. She must be fucking with Ghana. Yeah. I fuck with slacks and we gonna eat rats, and I came with some fucking piranhas. I got in my well, need somebody grow me a tree. Come out the hood in my truck, got a hood knock, crack out the car with no keys. Beat it, she for the street need. Only one she got hit at the street need. I feel a little rich this week. Influence my family to not be cheap. I told her FN on me. Carney, she needs just a Glocky. 260 locked in seats. Me rolling that coupe with a bucket seat. Got it up like a football cleat. I used to drop out of that photo G. Call it the plug and he know what I need. I stay underneath so we hardly speak. Yeah, I'm in New York counting money. Yeah, ain't the same man but I'm stunning. Yeah, one of these boys wanna love me. Yeah, now wifey didn't know love be dusty. Yeah, woo, yeah, let's go. Bitch had an X stain on her jeans. I know she fucking with others. Yeah, I fuck with slacks and we gonna eat rats, and I came with some fucking piranhas.
Song won't come from no heart, I'm so straight from the soul. Like I'm gonna snatch it straight out my motherfucking body. My energy gonna pull from it. Like I'm gonna get to it. I ain't afraid to admit that I'm broken hearted, damaged. Knew that they wouldn't understand me. That's why they don't understand it. Feeling like I'm out of favor. Wanna duck and dog my family. Talk to God, keep it silent. Give them whatever I command it. Knowing they full of doubt and panic. I just map it out and handle it. Get it, hold your heart, she reach in deep, snatch it out and vanish. Shit got out of hand and tell the truth, now I tried to plan it. Talking to my granny, say keep cool, you know not to panic. I just heard that I won't kill me. Mama worried about my mental. Told her that this shit too simple. I just got the Glock extended. Worried about no casket front the lawyer and try to stop the sentence. Told me let it come to me, go looking, then it not defensive. Probably get me locked in prison. Boy, you better pop the witness. I'm reacting out the demons inside me, is it my decision? I just want my bitch to listen, give her my entire attention. She can't see the bigger meaning, probably need to crop the picture. She want fairy tale love, tell the truth, I'm not the nigga. I just want my cake and eat it too, I ain't no toxic nigga. Wonder how I could try to fix it. Hate to say it's probably distance, hate to say I'm probably tripping. I hate to say it's probably fitting. I'm so broken hearted and damaged. And I'm so broken hearted and damaged. I'm so broken hearted and damaged. I'm so broken hearted and damaged. I ain't afraid to admit that I'm broken hearted and damaged. Knew that they wouldn't understand me. That's why they don't understand it. Feeling like I'm out of favor. Wanna duck and dog my family. Talk to God, keep it silent. Give them whatever I command it. Knowing they full of doubt and panic. I just map it out and handle it. Get it, hold your heart, she reach in deep, snatch it out and vanish. Shit got out of hand and tell the truth, now I tried to plan it. Talking to my granny, say keep cool, you know not to panic. I wouldn't even waste my breath to lie, I got a lot to say. I get in my feeling, get stuck in my thoughts, that's a toxic place. We can go together, you keep the rest, I'm trying to pop the safe. Big homie say he got another load, he trying to drop the weight. So much pain in my voice, I can hit a high note. Good, die young, and I've been feeling like I'm dying slow. Told my bitch that I love her, sure think I'm lying though. I be wanting deep with no security, got this info. Shit, I put these songs, product on my soul bleeding. I've been praying every night, but you wouldn't think that I know Jesus. Turkey said he my body, told my bitch it ain't no fever. Told her, stay down, fuck me good, I promise I won't leave her. See, I'm a gangster, so I cry in silence. Don't trust no nigga, I keep this pistol case they trying to tie me. I told my bitch that I love her, she think I'm lying about it. Gave her my heart and in return, she gave me a spine and body. I'm from the project, ain't no tub, we drinking straight out the faucet. On his eyes, I got me focused, but this perk got me nauseous. Losing my homies, feeling like the streets ain't worth what it's costing. I'm just listening to my demons, they just talking and talking. I ain't afraid to admit that I'm broken hearted and damaged. Knew that they wouldn't understand me, that's why they don't understand it. Feeling like I'm out of favor, wanna duck and dog my family. Talk to God, keep it silent, give them whatever I command it. Knowing they full of doubt and panic, I just map it out and handle it. Get it, hold your heart, she reach in deep, snatch it out and vanish. Shit got out of hand and tell the truth, now I tried to plan it. Talking to my granny, say keep cool, you know not to panic. Yeah.
This color girlfriend is.
Yo, take it out.
Oh, I forgot I had the stream going.
Take it out each day.
Good thing I ain't cuss nobody out. Say that name.
The mic was off.
Waking up to a feast day.
www.lovethenumber2jamradio.com. We are back and we are about to allow her to introduce this track. One of the hottest tracks in the city. Go and do your thing, man.
What's up, H-Town? Y'all go check out my new single. It's called Let's Go Get It by your girl, truly, Nana. Yes, right. Produced by DJ Gold from SUC. Already.
Here we go.
Back to H-Town, that's where the beats made.
Working hard, day night, stack this paper to the sky. There's no limit. Put it down, move around. Ain't got time to fuck around. Let's go get it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Stay rich, stay chick, stay breaking them out. Ain't no limit on this card, he say fuck with the cows. You know we fuck with the boss, so the keys gon' toss. We spend card and pins so they don't get lost. Time to never have to worry about that being a charge. You gon' drop the donation before we even get started. This guy was blowing his ass up, but that ain't my problem. I choose tricks like those, man, they all about. Take my time with his ass, keep him nice and tough. What's your favorite position? I told him add the money. So when they gas, they get funny, he's a clean up woman. Everything my payday, man, I keep him coming. Working hard, day, night, stack this paper to the sky. There's no limit. Put it down and move around. Ain't got time to fuck around. Let's go get it. Working hard, day, night, stack this paper to the sky. There's no limit. Put it down and move around. Ain't got time to fuck around. Let's go get it. Ain't no GFE nigga, cause I ain't scared. I don't fuck with amateurs, I'm professional. He like an extra round, that's the extra pound. Then I send his ass home with an extra smile. He put an extra ounce, rub around the clock. He like the way it sit up in that back end drop. He like the way the pussy fly, cause it just don't die. He keep the cash in hand when he hit me up. And he know the routine when he pick me up. Don't make this probably be a homicide, give it up. All I see is stacking cheese, nigga, get the fuck. All I see is stacking cheese, nigga, get the fuck. Get cash, get ain't funny. Midnight ladies, take that money. Get cash, it ain't funny. Midnight ladies, take that money. Working hard, day night, stack this paper to the sky. There's no limit. Put it down and move around. Ain't got time to fuck around. Let's go get it. Working hard, day night, stack this paper to the sky. There's no limit. Put it down and move around. Ain't got time to fuck around. Let's go get it.
www.lovethenumber2jamradio.com. We are back. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. You having trouble getting out the bed in the morning? Just play the song. Take your ass to work.
Straight up.
So how you feel? How you feeling about that track?
I'm feeling wonderful. I love the track.
I know Lovey on skates over there at Lockwood. I see you over there rolling.
Lockwood skate
I could skate to that. I got bad knees, but I could skate to that track. I feel like that's a very motivational track too. Like it's not depressing. Anybody can relate to that song. I love music where everybody can relate. If it's just geared towards the women or geared towards the guys, like I know you say a lot of female stuff, but I feel like anybody can go get it, right?
Straight up. Let's go get it. Straight up.
So So what's next? Like what's behind? I know we pushing this single right now. What's in the lab right now? Can you say? Are you
Can we say?
You know,
Like I said,
So-
subscribe
so
to my
what?
YouTube channel. I'm telling you, like we got fire for you. We're not sleeping this year, any year, but yeah, we got our foot on the gas this year. And if you want that content, just subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's at Nana Cream Team. You know,
I'm gonna
because we
holler at
pushing out
Khalid.
these.
Cause we gotta get you to perform on the 18th too. Like I know you coming out and you doing. We gonna see if we can get you on that stage. Cause I don't even know who's performing. Like so, if you want to, I don't want to just put you out there and be like, man, he told me. But if you want to, I'll put in the word and see if he can get you up there. Cause I think I like the song. I love to
Thank you.
hear it live. So hopefully he's watching. Hey, put her on. Put her on.
So
Yeah, we got we got some more just coming as but I mean we just like I told her, just stay consistent.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
That's the key in the game.
Yeah,
You
we
know what I'm
consistent.
saying? Because a lot of artists they drop because as a DJ, I run across through the years a lot of artists. I'm this, I'm that, but then you drop one track and then or you half-ass promote, or it's just things in the game that they don't know about, and they swear they're the hardest artists. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists that I know are seen through the years are mediocre, but it's their grind.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That gets them on. Being consistent.
You know what's crazy? When I first started with Love the Jam, I probably would say maybe 5 or 6 years ago, Lovey used to always tell these artists, if you got a single, they will bring a bunch of music, and some was hit, some will miss. She'll say, hey, what's your single? What are you gonna push?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like this, but then 2 weeks later they on a whole nother song, and she like, what are you doing? What are you? And they feel like their career is their baby, so they don't want nobody to tell them what to do with it. But 5 years later, you saying the same thing. Hey, be consistent with it. If you got this track, whether it could be mediocre, it could be a bang up, push your track, push your hit. At least for 3-4 years, you might get tired of performing it. But think about all the songs we listen to today. We as a people ain't tired of hearing it.
Right.
If I want to go hear, if I want to go hear some, like one of my favorite artists, Chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not waiting on Chameleon to drop new music. I'm gonna go listen to some of the old music if it's something I want to jam, because as long as the song is timeless, it really don't matter. Like
prime example, my bro, Jaime, SUC Jaime. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's why I remember I came over here with him.
Yeah.
That's
For an interview.
Yeah.
He been here a couple times.
What I'm saying is his work ethic though. Look at Age is So Real.
Mhm.
How, that song just now blowing up.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? But look how long he been pushing it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
It takes a while to organically break a song. Like a lot of songs we hear, and it's like actually the song came out 2 years ago.
Mhm.
It just got broke. You feel me? Organically, we're not talking
Right.
about payola or
Yeah.
padding. It's ways, but I'm saying organically for a song to break.
But I appreciate when it's done that way, because if I see an artist perform 2 years ago and then 2 years later they still doing the same song and the song is starting to hit or pick up, like I can appreciate that. I'll be like, yeah, I heard that song a couple years ago and now it's banging. It's just might not have been the right timing. Like
Right.
people just might not want to hear it at the time, but then you come out 2 years later, they can finally relate. They just haven't grown yet. But you just ahead of your time. It ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you ahead of your time and you keep trying to be ahead of your time, how is anybody else ever gonna catch up to what they hearing?
Right.
They gonna be listening to your old stuff. You gonna be like, nah, I got this new stuff, and they like, nah, we want your old stuff. But now you beefing with the person that want to hear your old music, And that's what a lot of artists run into, if you ask me, because I've heard a lot of dope artists here. Like we've done.
Oh, the city's full of
the city's definitely like we've done like artists who release parties and stuff, and the songs will be banging, The crowd, a lot of people show up who had never heard the song. Then they hear the song, they be like, "Man, this song jamming." But then the next week later, the artist ain't even on that song no more. It's like, bro, you just did the artist release party. I just introduced you doing it. I'm coming out to your music, but you trying to drop something completely new, and it's like, nah, it ain't gonna work like that.
But they don't have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, excuse me, but it's the way the industry is set up now. Like what you mentioned earlier about the attention span.
Mm-hmm.
So they because they even making the songs to where they're just fit for TikTok down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, I'm a DJ and I don't want to be queuing a song at 1:58.
Mm-hmm.
I have to start it over for people to be jamming when you just getting into the song.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying? So it's the way they got it set up, but it goes back to the way it is set up. Then just be consistent. That's why artists are dropping this and they on to the next thing. But like you say, you got to catch up with them.
Yeah.
Because you can't stifle their artistry. You know what I'm saying? Because they're moving. So
still marketing wise, I think this way he was more or less.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're an unknown artist and nobody knows who you are, it doesn't make sense to drop a whole bunch of music. You know what I mean? If you know that a single's like has traction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
And a lot of artists drop music with no marketing, no plan, it's just some people like, let me drop this. You just dropping music.
Yeah, go to that, but I mean, it is what it is. Everybody has their own way of doing things, so it some catch on, some don't. So
But it's important as an artist to know what you want. If you want that big following and you want that song that's gonna be a hitter and everybody rocking with your song, then you gotta structure up your plan, to that song. Like, all right, I gotta perform this song here. I gotta perform it. You can't be like, man, I want this song to stick. Then you do the song one time and then you on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it depends. Like, it's important for when you come to us or if you come anywhere as an artist and you want to get to a certain level, you gotta have that marketing plan.
Right.
Because if you want this song to blow up, you gotta basically make this song blow up. You gotta take it to the independent stations. You gotta take it to the DJs.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to stand next to a DJ booth all night and wait on them to play your song, but that's you putting in the work. Like when you go to a club one night, you already know I'm about to cut up. But if you got a new artist right here that's begging for you to play his song, you ain't gonna just play it as soon as he walk up just because he asking you to.
No.
But if he's standing next to you, he rocking with you. Hey, you need me to go grab you a bottle of water? He's showing love, so you show love. It's like
that's DJ etiquette. Though.
Yeah, but artists don't really know that.
Yeah, well,
And I'm not even an artist.
Y'all need to learn that.
I'm not an
DJ
artist.
ain't really just breaking music like they used to neither. Unfortunately, especially on the
well,
music
because
scene.
it's like
it's different now.
Yeah,
everything's online, so it's like. But it's still like not going. It used to be you niggas was going to the club to get their song, but now it's kind of like it ain't. That's just not as beneficial because the DJs that's with big names or whatever, they're not really breaking artists. It's not their motivation to break artists' music. They just want to get paid. Give them some bread. They play your shit.
They want you to comply to this package that we sent on that we emailed you. And then if you with that, maybe we can negotiate. I've seen it. I mean, but it's I guess I'm from the old school. You got to get out there and
put in some work.
At your feet, man, because these youngsters they think that this internet is everything, and it's not.
I mean, for them it is though.
Nah.
But man, people making crazy bread off the internet. And you like, man, how you getting it like that? But they figured it out. Like it ain't for everybody. But when you eventually you're gonna hit a wall, and it's like, well, what did I do wrong, or what do I need to do next? And you're gonna realize, well, I didn't tap into them DJs like I should have. Otherwise you'll be up and then you'll be right back down if you're not actually putting in the work. Because anybody could be a one-hit wonder. You never know what's really gonna stick. Right. But you gotta have some kind of backbone when that song start falling off. It's like, well, I can go over here, DJ go get my song on, get it over here in the club. They still gonna rock with it over here, but artists don't really do that. And me as a comedian, it was nights where I'm going to a club and the DJ might be doing his little thing. Hey, let me get the mic. Let me say some stuff. Let me do shout outs. Let me get out here. I'll slide some jokes in while I'm just doing this, being your hype man. Yeah. But that was work I had to put in just to get on the mic that night, just to tell people who I am. And artists probably still need to follow that same routine if they don't have the bread to put behind themselves as far as marketing.
A lot of artists don't have the budget. That's what I'm saying. About you got to get out.
So you better slang them water bottles or something. You got it. Go get the DJ food or something like. It's little stuff you can do to get yourself out there, and I feel like artists should be doing that type of grind. It's gonna take that type of grind unless you got the money behind you.
Right.
So that's basically what I'm saying. Like I enjoy seeing artists put in their work and constantly drop songs once, at the beginning of the month, to be consistent with the music. And if you see something get more views, you already know, like, all right, this song is gaining some traction, but you never know if you're not really staying active. If you just doing one show maybe every 3 months, it's like I can't appreciate that person as an artist because I'm on this side. I see how many shows we do. A Rip the Mic at least once every 2 weeks,
right?
And we was doing showcases, non-biased showcases, where you show up and you move the crowd, you going home with $1,000 that night. It ain't like we ain't already decided we're gonna give this person $1,000 no matter what anybody else do. It's even. We're gonna tell you what we like about your song, what we don't like about it. We like the music, we like the DJing. If your song got a dance to it, like everything, we gonna tell you, and you gonna get your bread that night.
About stations like y'all, because you got to be honest. Like being from the old school in this game, like you have to get tough skin. These new artists are babyfied. They so spoiled. You can't tell them like they shit not jamming. They damn near want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not set up that way to where, you know what I'm saying? It's like you chastise them, but you
and you just keeping it real with them.
Yeah, you feel me? And they can't accept that.
Yeah,
you dig what I'm saying? So that's just the other things you have to go through, man, dealing with these young artists. And it's you got to get it. We all got to get it together, because I had to realize too that in order to deal with the new artists, see, the game really has evolved from the old school standard. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the things I seen coming up with Screw in the game is totally different. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the independent route. You know what I mean? Because they're coming in swifter now, but the kids are already doing their own work. Like, they got 50,000 followers on their shit. They doing pop-ups, getting major bread. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just hard to tell them things, when they see it their way, because they get money at it. You know what I mean? So it's all the uphill.
Ultimately, that's what most of us in here for, to get the money, pay the bills, take care of the family. So keep doing what you're doing. Let's go get it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you bringing the track to us. We definitely gonna stay tapped into your music. Lovey said she has more songs, so encourage your people to listen to Love to Jam Radio. They can hear your tracks.
Yes, we love to Jam Radio.
And we are official.
And they have a YouTube page as well and an Instagram, so make sure you follow them. Follow me at Nana Cream Team. And I'll be keeping it real weird with Willows and DJ Gold.
And another thing too, like paperwork, artists, make sure you got your paperwork, because when you come here, we got our paperwork together. So when we playing your stuff, you getting paid for it. We not in there we not doing this for money. We doing this because Lovey loves music. She loves the music. She really love artists. And when I met her,
I follow Miss Lovey on Instagram. I know she loves music, and I know she loves what she does. She's very passionate about it.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
That's the only reason I'm still here, is because she's passionate about it. Because I've done other radio stations and been to their shows, and it's just like, hey, it's like they trying to make money off the artists, and when they ruin it for the artists, and we try to pull them over here, like, hey, come check this out, it's a good vibe. The artist's like, nah, I done did the radio.
Like, I don't do internet radio.
And it's like
salt the whole game for everybody.
Exactly.
The game going.
Yes.
Do you see these P1 and P2 stations are all bought and sold already?
Man,
y'all are the ones that's keeping the music,
the real
really
underground
jumping.
music that's not programmed, that people are making, the talent of H-Town is making, and y'all are putting out there, and that's the sound of the city, not the stuff that people pay for you to listen to in rotation. And you're like, man, I'm tired of hearing this song. And half of them ain't even from the city.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it's stations like you guys that are independent that is really the heart of the city when it comes to the music. You know, so it gives us a vehicle to push our music through. So we appreciate you guys keeping it real with Rillos and Miss Levy. That's right.
Well, we hope as you continue to create music, you continue to bring us music, send us music. You have the email, so I don't want to see no new music coming across, and we ain't got it.
I'm gonna send y'all all my music, and I really appreciate what y'all doing here. Y'all are really nice. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you.
All right, and one more time before we get out of here, can we get y'all social media tags, and then we gonna take a quick break and swap some seats around.
Yep, it's my name's Nana. It's at Nana Cream Team. And you can go to my Instagram. It's at Nana Cream Team. My YouTube. Subscribe for the latest content. Or you can visit me online at the web at nanacreamteam.com.
Oh, yeah. GOLDOGSUC.
All right.
On Instagram.
Once again, I appreciate y'all for coming through. We'll be looking forward to hearing new music, and we look forward to seeing you once again on September the 18th. We're going to be at the Hideout.
Yeah.
It's on Paramount. I don't know the exact
address.
It's
not the Getaway Place?
Is it the Getaway Place?
Yeah, it's the Getaway Place. See, I know more about your
I think I got two different flyers then. We're going to have to...
I thought it was called the Getaway Place. My
bad. It's called the Getaway Place.
It might be. Well, the flyer... We'll get that together, because I got something that said the Hideout on it.
Just make sure you bring... Have you been there before? Never. It's
I ain't been there either.
Very, very small.
Okay.
So just be aware.
What's
a hole in the wall.
Like bring a fan or...
Y'all get ready for that original Screwed Up Click movie coming out too. It's coming soon.
For the cash.
Real deal. I know,
I've been hearing whispers.
Yeah, we gonna have to get you back.
The movie comes out in November. Soldiers United for the
right before it drop off. What day is
it
dropping on? The 16th? That's a special day to everybody. Not many people know what that date is. But definitely make sure you stay in contact with us about that, because we love we love to hear about that, and as far as more and when it's gonna drop, so we can spread the word. All right, cool. So we'll be looking for you close to November. Not after it drop, before it drop. We're gonna
keep y'all in the loop for everything we're doing.
All right, cool. So once again, thank y'all for coming through. We're gonna take a quick break, swap some seats around, and we're gonna continue to keep it real with Rillos. www. Love the number.